When I think of Vatican II, for us as women religious, it's change.
The spirituality when I was first in community
Was structured. Periods of time during the day. We had the office, we had morning prayer, afternoon prayer.
Prayer forms were changing.
It impacted me in my prayer life, my personal prayer life, which we got more into at that time.
We were starting to do faith sharing.
You could use scripture for your personal prayer. We didn't have to get all of our information about God or understanding from God from other people. We could also pray and reflect and come to know some things about God.
We didn't realize that was kind of avant-garde because our Sister Miriam Treese just sort of moved us into it.
It made Jesus so much more available to us. Somehow, it wasn't that we had missed that, but it deepened it. It really deepened it.
It was a time of starting spiritual direction. We could have individual spiritual direction. It was a time of making 30-day retreats.
There were a group of us that began to do retreats for other sisters. Up until that time, it was always priests.
We sisters had workshops based upon Vatican II. It was broader. It was open. We had theologians who were speaking to our hearts.
Our retreat experiences were changed. They were not just preached at, but we were able to involve ourselves in dialogue with others.
We learned more about the Spirit rather than this God of pre-Vatican days that was more like a patriarch or somebody up there. This was a God who loved us.
Vatican II, one of the first church teachings I remember was, church is the people of God. And so I became part of a parish group immediately studying what that meant and talking about it and becoming church in a different way.
The way I think of God, the inclusivity of God's love that doesn't draw boundaries in and out, black and white, where there's room for everyone. There's a wideness in God's love that is very liberating for me, and it's made all the difference in how I view the world and other people. Motivated by love and willing to throw our lot in with other people.